video in a while. So I thought, since I'm sitting here playing, I may as well stream. I've had a giant can of Budweiser, so I might not have all of my mental capacity right now, but we're gonna have some fun. I'm just gonna do random shit. I don't really care. I'm not farming for anything in particular. What is this? Physique? 10 minutes left in this argon crystal. We'll get this argon crystal. Make a... I don't know, make a incubator core or something.
These radio towers carry top secret
oh my,
interplanetary
this could get interesting.
You are going to capture the towers and decode incoming messages.
I might fail this.
Tower online.
Let's see.
You have captured a radio tower.
Oh, it's infested. Nope, we're good.
We have lost control of a tower.
That's okay. We just try to keep ahead of them. Let's go from tower to tower, cap each one. Because I can cap one faster than they can cap one.
This tower is ours now.
Excuse me. So we'll get ahead here.
The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture.
Here's my energy orb.
Tower capture. Beginning stream decode now.
Hello? Blue Silence.
A radio tower.
Welcome to the stream. Just playing some Warframe. Having some fun. There we go. Now we're dominating.
We have control of all 4 towers.
Oh, she didn't say the thing. Sometimes she tries to be hip and says, "We are dominating." She's not hip. She's got hips. That was sexist.
The enemy have captured the tower. We are in total.
Do you play this game?
Keep fighting.
I'm always surprised
Tower
at
lost.
people who play this game. People I wouldn't have expected play it. Turn out that they play it. Saw a guy in a defense mission randomly the other day, and he recognized my name. That was a nice moment. It was a Bloodborne player.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
Okay, where's the enemies? I thought this would be tough, but it's not spawning any fucking enemies. So this is gonna end up being easier than I thought. Oh, walls.
The enemy have captured a tower.
Oh.
My Warframe is strong.
It only takes 2 of them to cap a tower.
Let's go on the offensive.
What do you think I'm doing? Shut up.
We have lost control of a tower. Tower captured. Beginning stream decode now.
There's a guy. Hi. Oh, I need to farm ODS to get Octavia parts, so I'll do that after this. Because I don't need physique. It's the other alert right now.
Tower lost.
That's a lot more fun. There's more enemies. This is a team game technically, but it doesn't really require any sort of cooperation. You just sort of all do a thing. It's not like an MMO where every person has a role that they have to fulfill. Like you have a healer, a tank, and so on. All of the
We have decoded the message.
each of the Warframes is pretty self-sufficient. So you can definitely play it solo. And the number of enemies that spawn in the mission depends on the number of people in the team, so it's totally doable solo. And then if you have more people on your team, it's just... all that really happens is that there's more enemies and more drops.
Try and capture another signal. Be careful, though.
Try to,
He has
Lotus.
surely rallied stronger
Grammar's important.
reinforcements.
I guess if I do successfully capture it, then I did try and capture it. I tried and I captured it. That is a distinction no one cares about. Probably.
This tower is ours now.
Maybe she's implying that I would be successful.
The tower. You must recapture it.
It's a multiplayer game, but it's not... It doesn't have the, like, teamwork requirement that MMO RPGs tend to have. Like Final Fantasy... whatever fuck number that is. 14? You have a tank, you have a DPS, you have a healer.
Beginning stream decode now.
Well, 2 DPS in that game, but in this one, it's not like that. Most of the Warframes can function pretty much on their own. But then when you team up, you have several self-sufficient space ninjas, and you just all be awesome together instead of
All 4 towers.
like needing to do a certain thing. And that sort of protects from like the grief associated with an MMO game like that, where if you're the healer and you're like not fucking doing perfect keystrokes or rotation or whatever, people get pissy at you like, oh, don't you want to do your job? Like, well, if you were that good at it, why aren't you the fucking healer? But in this game, it's not like that. You just be cool and do whatever you want, which is why I like it. And why I take so many fucking cool ass screenshots since they added the capture software. Or I guess functionality, it's the same software, it's the game. And I found out why the filters weren't working for me. I normally have color correction turned off because it gets weird and super high contrast. I prefer the regular look, but if you turn that back on, then you can get the filters. And that doesn't mean anything to you because you're not playing the game, but anybody watching the VOD, that might make sense to them. Another thing about this game that appeals to me is that it is free to play. It is a microtransaction model, not a subscription model like Final Fantasy XIV or something like that. So if you don't want to buy the game, you don't have to. You can play it for free. The payment is for fast tracking, not for winning necessarily. You pay to avoid spending time farming. The grind isn't that bad, honestly. And then there are cosmetics and stuff like that, which a lot of free-to-play games do anyway. And even Final Fantasy XIV and subscription games do paid cosmetics and stuff like that. So I like the game, so I've given them a few dollars for cosmetics, but you definitely don't have to. There's no like success paywall. The paywall is for like time. So like if you don't buy some of the currency or obtain some through. You can also you can obtain the currency, the paid currency, through trading with other players. So if you have something that other people want, you can get paid currency that way and still get cosmetics and stuff. So effectively, you don't have to spend a single dollar on the game. It just takes you longer to get to the like where some of the other people got to. The bunny ears were free. They're a free temporary item that they give out for Easter. You get to wear them, and then when Easter's over, they disappear. Which I'm happy about, because I wouldn't pay money for those. They clip. They don't clip. They don't sit right on most Warframes. Ew, why open up recruiting? I don't want recruiting. God. But like the skin on my Warframe right now, like the armor pieces, the cape in quotation marks, it's a triangle, right? Stuff like that is cosmetic stuff that you get with the paid currency. But you don't have to pay for the currency. Somebody pays for it, but you can trade. You can sell like mods and weapon parts and stuff to other players, and they will give you platinum, which is the currency. And you can use that to buy cosmetics or to trade for other mods or whatever you need. I've spent some dollars on the game because I enjoy it, but you don't have to. I've definitely seen people who got as far as I have, and if not farther, without spending a single dime on the game, just because they were smart with trading. But I'm not very good at that, so I'd rather work a few extra hours at work and then come home and play and do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? This, time is money. That's the way I see it.
Ancients are the most powerful. Agent feeding has made them strong.
So I can either spend that time farming, or I can spend some money to avoid paying or avoid spending that time.
Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Okay, this is one of my favorite missions to do, and it currently rewards parts for a Warframe that I want to get. So this will be a happy experience. I need to kill a couple of enemies with my guns until one of them drops an energy orb. There we go. Now I can activate my kill goddamn everything button. I get a buff that makes my sword stronger if I have picked up an energy orb first. Oops.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
I guess I should have brought a key.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Yeah, I really love the movement system in this game. You slide. What was that? You double jump. Pretty cool. You do this thing, bullet jump. Like, what is this? Fucking, what is this? It's awesome is what it is.
Get ready for a
And there's other stuff like wall hanging.
delivered another life
Gotta stay
support
20 minutes
capsule.
in this mission for a chance at the, a part for the Warframe I'm looking for. It'll be okay. I was running these missions for 20, 40 minutes long time ago. I've even gotten some cooler mods since then. A Warframe is a tin suit that you wear that has magic powers. It's probably the simplest way I can explain it. Like, this is the actual human involved. They're magic space humans, and the Warframes are a way for them to focus and control their insane magic powers. But as you play through the story, you get better at being a magic space human, and so you can actually leave the Warframe and not destroy everything. Or you can more easily focus your abilities in a certain way. And some of the missions actually require you to use the operator, it's referred to perform certain actions. It's an interesting, just a different layer of gameplay that they've added. I won't use it much in this mission, but there are some enemies that are immune to Warframe powers, and so the only way you can beat them is to use your operator. And the operators are really squishy, but if you die, you just snap into your Warframe instead. Because you're only projecting yourself out of it, I guess. I don't know how to really explain it. And these are the Flood ripoffs, if you've ever played Halo. They were a biological weapon developed by the same race that made the Warframes to defeat an enemy. And they ended up defeating the enemy, but unfortunately the biological weapon could not be stopped and wiped out the race that created them, as well as their enemies. And the only survivors of this are the Tenno, who are the operators of the Warframes. And then there are other human people too, but they're not like, they're descendants. They're not the forebears, I guess. Again, if you want to make a Halo reference. Not just a Halo kind of story. A lot of stories have used similar construction, but considering it's fucking guns and magic and space, it's pretty appropriate comparison. And it's a shooter, kind of. I'm not playing as a shooter right now, but I have a crosshair, so it's a shooter, right? Although it's third person, which I enjoy. Also, I can cut down huge numbers of guys. Look at all these guys.
Prepare for life support.
And this is Excalibur, the name of my Warframe. This is the one that's been in my screenshots recently, and he's my favorite to play. I have a lot of other ones, but he was my first one and still my favorite. I like the fact that he's technically a melee attacker, but his melee attacks shoot these fucking waves so you can seamlessly combine ranged and melee attacks. He's got other stuff too. He's got that flash will blind enemies, so I deal extra damage to them, and they sit there like idiots for a second. Got that dash, which makes me immune to damage briefly. And there's an AoE attack.
Life support incoming.
Die. Good lord. Trying to be conservative with my Shoom.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Doggy is devouring his fucking dinner finally. Gave it to him like an hour ago and he's just sitting there staring at it. Okay. Be a little more conservative with my energy now.
We'll all share in this bounty.
Ooh, some endo. It's for upgrading mods. Oh, ran out of energy. Okay. This damn drain nerd here somewhere. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Back in control now. %, life support. We're good. Here's an energy orb for me. No? They're usually pretty good about dropping them for me. There we go. Okay, let's make this easy. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, having a hard time finding the motivation to stream, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to stream Warframe. But today I just decided to do it. I had a beer, so I said, fuck it. I don't get a lot of views on my streams anyway, so... wouldn't really feel bad if I get fewer out of like a dozen, you know? I don't think YouTube is really seen as a streaming service as much as it wants to be one. But I feel like it would be even harder for me to go to Twitch because all of the people that follow me on YouTube. Also, I just stream directly from my PS4, so compared to a lot of the other stuff on Twitch, I would not have a lot of cool like borders and stuff. And I feel like there's a standard for what your stream should look like from Twitch that I wouldn't be able to meet.
Let's go on the offensive.
I said I was going to make videos for this game and then never did. I still want to. I just have a hard time feeling motivated to do it. Nice, congratulations. Now you can have whatever Borderlands 2 weapons you want.
They could not do this without him.
Is that 15? Yeah, it's 15. It's a Neo Relic, not Axie. I have a laptop. I have a MacBook Air that I haven't set up yet because I'm lazy. I'm hoping it'll be able to edit at all because Share Factory is nice and everything. The free editing software that comes with PS4. Well, you can download it. It's free. But it's also like trying to edit a video with a controller is an interesting idea. And it doesn't have mouse and keyboard support, which I find to be pretty unforgivable. But for somebody who's looking to just get into it, it's good. You know, 720p or whatever, pretty solid. But for ease of editing, I think PC would be where it's at, and I would just have to at that point download the raw video file onto a USB and port it onto my PC, which would be easy enough. I don't know who develops it, but it's official Sony software. And I don't know about putting like actual third-party software on my PS4. I don't like to especially if I want to monetize my shit. I don't want to do stuff that's not on the up and up. I'm invisible, and I realize that that's not very entertaining. Because you can't see all the cool ways and the guy's moving, but it's also a key to my survivability and damage output. Enemies take more damage if they're not aware of your presence. And so being invisible like that gives me a damage bonus. Hey Star Sparks, welcome back. Holy shit, John gave you a computer, that's awesome. John is a seriously cool guy. Definitely one of my favorite people from those forums. That's awesome. Is it pretty good? I know he has like military pension and all that shit. So maybe he gets a discount on stuff like that. Nice. Got a monitor from Dirts too. I don't know what he does for a living, but I gather he has a real person job. It's not to imply that. Whatever. Oh, cost analysis for packaging company. I read pancaking company, and I thought, that's a thing? Cost analysis for a pancake company? What? Makes a lot more sense when I can actually read words. Packaging.
The longer you fight, the more successful.
Oh, I didn't get the thing I wanted. That's okay. Cost analysis for a pancake company. I think it's going to cost about one pancake for me to do this report here. Definitely going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pancakes. A 1,005 kills. That's not too bad. I've done like 1,200 in a 20-minute run. Only one ore can sell? Fuck you, game. Didn't give me the right C rotation and didn't... Anyway, this game's awesome. Yeah, it's free. Don't spend money on this game unless you really like it. It's free to play. You can totally get to where I am without spending a cent on it. I've seen it happen. What do I want to do? I don't want to do that again. Yeah, it's kind of like a Halo Dynasty Warriors thing. You just mow down massive amounts of enemies. It's fun. It's technically a shooter, but there's a melee weapons and stuff, so you can totally play just melee. And I do. Often. It's pretty fun. If you need some help starting out, I can help you out. Star Sparks Infinity. I even have an open slot in my clan. So. Let me see. What do I want to do? Let's do... Ooh, Happy Little Exterminate. Yeah, there's a little clan system. You kind of need to be in one if you want to trade with people. It facilitates it anyway. And there are certain weapons and stuff that you can only get by joining a clan and having the clan research those things, and then you can buy them and buy the blueprints and craft the things. So it kind of wants you to be social to a certain extent.
Eliminate all
This is
corpus
Limbo.
threats.
He's my other favorite.
Okay, Tenno, a lot of people are depending on you to get this done.
Corpus have tech weapons. We'll need to be careful. Move and strike. We have to win this.
I'm invincible. Don't tell anybody.
Eliminate all corpus threats. Doors
Hey.
are locked. Time to break in.
Transference still holding.
You stay right there for a second. Oh, it's dead. This fucking guy. Ooh, cold proc. Where'd he go? Where? Oh, hi, friend.
They brought in reinforcements.
Oops.
Help yourself.
Still, they recently reworked Limbo, so I'm still getting used to his controls. Hey, I can't. Fine. Now, did he drop anything? Nope. Okay.
We've been locked out. Let's override the security.
Stops time. It's awesome.
Falcon. Well done. Now get to extraction.
I'm not done killing things. Ah! What? Never seen those things before. The fuck? It's so cute. I want one. What are you doing? I have not checked the community patch. I saw that Dirch had a video on it. Just player mod for it, I guess. Or like community requested fixes and stuff.
Watch yourself. The alarms have attracted a Versa.
Does it fix Salvador? Oh, nice. How did they fix Bronze Salvador? Just more regen? Percentage based? It's like we had some ideas about it back in the day. I don't know if they would have worked though. For like loads of damage resistance. Or both. Like, I'm the Juggernaut actually giving, like, Krieg levels of damage resistance. 40% or whatever the fuck it gave, which was a drop in the bucket. I feel like it wouldn't have taken much, because it was pretty close. Ooh, you guys might like this. Which one? Yeah, this one. Look at that doggo. And he runs around the ship. That's a gross door for you to sleep by, buddy. Look at all that caca shit in there. What are you doing? I was very lucky to breed this doggy, because he's a cool color combination, and he was the type I want that makes you go invisible. Good for spy missions. I don't use him too much, but he's cute. so I'm gonna keep them. Ooh, defense. Limbo is very good at defense.
Position has been compromised. Defend the cargo.
Yeah, the one thing that the
Reinforcements arrive.
doggos don't do that I am disappointed that they did that is that the little guy following me here, he's a sentinel, he's a little robot guy. He sucks up loot for me. So if I'm standing close to loot, sucks it right in. Doggos don't do that. Some people don't care about that, but to me, I prefer to not have to worry about stuff like that. If I find a piece of loot that I want to kill or want to pick up, I don't want to, like, I don't know. If I can have it brought to me instead, obviously I'm going to do that. You know? Seems like a no-brainer. I may as well do the cheese strat before they patch it. Oops, I didn't mean to tell that guy to stay there. Oh well. He'll come back around. So I'm not going to stop them, unless there get to be too many of them near my defense target. So otherwise they'll just stop at the edges and be difficult to kill. You can also drop the Cataclysm to deal a bunch of damage to them. They're going to nerf the amount of damage that it deals, which I think is justified. Because right now it can kill entire maps. And that's not fun, really, for anybody. Now we stop. Right up the butt. Oh, you're surged, but you're not in the rift? Interesting. Owie. Must be a graphical glitch. I keep telling them to stay when I reload. Yeah, I try to, if I'm playing with a team, I try to keep the time stopping to a minimum. And just do it at opportune moments instead of constantly. Because it doesn't stop melee attacks, but it stops bullets. And I find that people are not very appreciative of that. Until they get used to playing with a limbo on their team. And then they know how many bullets to shoot to kill an enemy. Right, so they only have to point that many bullets at that guy's head. And then when I unfreeze time, everything's fine. keep telling him to stay when I want to reload. So the guns I'm using are called Oxstiletto Prime. They're beautiful, and they do a lot of damage. What I enjoy about them is that they remind me of Salvador, because it's 2 pistols, and they have a really fast reload speed compared to a lot of dual weapons. It's fucking akimbo pistols, like, come on. Look how pretty they are. Hang on. Everybody chill for a second. Okay, get my other friend back. Hey. Excuse me. Come with me if you want to live. Aw. Yeah. Maybe I need to quit manually reloading so much. I know.
Transference still holding.
Ooh. 32 different Warframes to use. Some of them are just upgraded versions of ones that have already been released. So I'm not sure what the actual number is in terms of unique. Slightly under half that. Or slightly above half that, because some of them don't have Prime versions, which is what they call the upgraded ones, with better stats and more cool shit on them. Shoot him in the head. There we go. So there's, yeah, 1620, something like that. I'd say that's pretty accurate. Oh, I keep forgetting that the defense target moves. So here's something interesting that happens. The bubble shrinks over time. And when the stop time ability is up, they'll stop when they get to the edge, and they take a bit of damage each time they enter my little realm here. And so they'll stop, take a bit of damage, and then it'll shrink past them. They'll unstop and then keep running towards me. And then keep taking that damage over and over again. Pretty funny. Also, there's a maximum number of projectiles that can be in the stop field, I guess you want to call it. So after you reach the maximum number of projectiles, it automatically starts time again. .243 out of 700? What is that? What do you mean? Oh, the blue/purple number, depending on whether I have extra shields or not, is my shields. And then the red number is my HP. Shields replenish, HP do not. Although you can replenish HP with abilities, but they don't replenish automatically. Typical shooter RPG shenanigans, right? And then you can sometimes get shield above your maximum capacity, in which case it turns purple instead of blue. So my little sentinel here refills my shields and sometimes gives me 60% extra shield. What you doing? There's even different damage types, and they all do different things. It's a pretty deep RPG. Or the RPG elements are pretty deep in it, I should say. It's not that deep. It just looks deep on the surface, kind of like Borderlands, where It's technically deep, there's a lot of shit going on, but you could just play Salvador too. Yeah, Limbo's fun. Yeah, stop fucking time. And they just nerfed him again. They reworked him, and then on PC... Well, because it's a PC game first, and then it comes out on consoles. So, they reworked Limbo so that he's cool and awesome. A lot easier to play. See, he has the thing now where you can dash into the... They call it the Rift. It's just an alternate universe, right? So that's how the things that are attacking me don't deal damage to me, because I'm on a different plane of existence. And used to be you would have to use an ability to do that, and it had a animation time, and you would end up getting killed. Instead, now you dash into it, and the first thing that happens when you push the dash button is that you avoid damage that way. So you can actually, like, dodge through things in a certain way, like you would in a Dark Souls or something. But they also gave Cataclysm, the fourth ability, the one that does the big bubble, they gave it damage that scales based on the enemy HP. And it's like 10% of the total amount of HP and shields in the bubble when it collapses. This doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've got 10 enemies and a couple of them have a lot of HP, you deal 10% of their total amount of HP to every single enemy. Well, they recently just nerfed that on PC, which I'm glad they did, because a lot of people were playing Limbo just for that ability. That is not what's cool about Limbo. Limbo's cool because of all the fucking weird shit you can do, like stopping time, which is a new thing that they added with the rework. Just dashing in and out and being having limited invincibility like that is pretty fun. Oh, I've already done Excalibur, I've done Limbo. Let's do Necros. Yeah! Bunny ears. Oh, you want to see the fire guy? You don't want to see the loot bunny? It's actually Fire Chick. And she looks like a chicken. This is the year for that, right? This is the year of the fire rooster. Let's do... Oh, we have another defense here, right? Get some standing.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Yep. Fire chicken, fire cape, fire mohawk,
Depending on you to get this done.
fire sword and shield, flamethrower weapon, and fireball gun. Yeah, I've put a little thought into this one's kit. Now, this might not be terribly entertaining for you, because her fourth ability just deals damage over an area of effect constantly. It's called World on Fire. It's a pretty descriptive name. You'll find that most of the enemies in this mission are going to die before I even look at them. I'm going to turn that off for a little bit. So yeah, she's a damage Warframe. You do dickloads of damage all the time. It's great. Trivializes a lot of content, actually. Okay, I'm going to use the fireballs for a little bit. Oh, I forgot to put a focus lens on her. Yeah, you've had too many firefighters in your family, so you're a firebug instead. As long as you're not, like, trying to brag about how you set entire forests on fire, I'm sure it would be fine. Unless you're doing some stuff that's not really up to fire safety standards, in which case you might want to listen to them, actually. Oh, I never stir my fire pits after I get done camping. No! Anyway, when you play Ember, you get used to just running around. Because everything dies, you just go, oh, run around, be a chicken. It's the chicken run. Okay, melee time. Oh, that's no fun if they're taking it too seriously. If you're being safe about your barbecue, there's no reason a firefighter should not be supportive of that. These Debbie Downers. It's like a life insurance person being like, oh, you shouldn't smoke because X number of people die from... Like, cool, thanks. Barbecue is delicious. Have you told them that? Have you told them the percentage of barbecue that's delicious? Because I think it's probably higher than the number of, or the percentage of people who die from barbecue-related accidents. Namely, 100% of barbecue is delicious. So if you want to play the numbers game, that's where you got to take it. I actually saw a thread on the Warframe subreddit today about how underpowered this weapon is. And how it needed a buff. I beg to differ. Really? Stop it. Damn, I can't heal the cryopod. Lame. I guess that's fair. The Warframe community, kind of like other communities that we've been a part of, has an interesting sense of what is good and what's bad, or like not as good, you know. Where if you have a nuanced opinion, you can say, well, I mean, it's not the best thing in the game, but it's pretty cool. But communities like this often hover around the idea of, if it's not the best thing, then it sucks, and you may as well not use it. And that's pretty much where this weapon sits. It's pretty cool, and it's fun, and I like it because it's fucking thematic with Ember. Look at this shit. Like, come on. Come on. But it's okay. It's not one of the more powerful melee weapons in the game, but that's okay. It's not fucking one of the starter weapons. It's better than the starter weapons anyway. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Baru. I think he's a lot better now than he used to be. I think he calls himself Professor Broman now. Seems like a nice guy. Just, people took his videos too seriously. Where he'll do a thing and they think that since that's the way he did it, it's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? That was a problem. Because we later found completely different ways of doing things, like your deputy thing. He never would have come up with that. And his interfacer setup wasn't even the best way to do what he was doing. But he enjoyed it, so it's fine. Like, he went down the brawn tree to get out of bubblegum, which you don't need for an interfacer build. Or any build at all. But he did it anyway. It's like, okay, cool. Like, fine. I would have rather taken some points in filled to the brim so that I could fucking offhand rocket launcher with that build. You know? And with Salvador, it doesn't matter. Your DPS is so ridiculous, it does not matter. If you have money shot, it doesn't matter what else you spec. Well, yippee-ki-yay. But, yeah, you get what I'm saying. But, like, it wasn't even... The way that he does stuff wasn't even really the most effective, mathematically, way to do the thing, but people saw that and they went, oh, this is the best, everything else sucks. Communities are just kind of like that, gaming communities in particular. They latch onto an idea. If somebody popular enough has an idea, they latch onto it and refuse to think for themselves. Even to the point of, like, verifying that that actually is correct. They'll just assume it is because they're a popular person. And now, boop. Oh, that loading time. There we go. Frost. Ooh, so I haven't played with this since 3 work. Make sure my mods are upright. Got Blast Corroso. Sounds good. Got these, and just in case. Yeah, we good. We good, fam? Check this swag motherfucker out. This is Frost. He's amazing. Let's do a mission that caters to his strengths. Let's do... It's Pluto, right? Yup, Huracan. Yeah, he needs the fan at the top so his brain doesn't overheat from all the dank memes. No.
An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
We're immune to this infestation, but they still try to kill us.
I'm not talking to you guys right now. Oops, you I need to talk to. Beep beep. Well, I guess corrosive isn't going to do me any good. Blast will be alright.
Excavator is ready to go.
It's a snow globe.
Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire.
It slows enemies down. And bullets don't pass through the outside. So you protect an objective like this. And I can do ice waves on the ground to slow enemies even further. And now we wait. Ooh. I like it. They reworked this weapon so that the
scanner has picked
so you
up
shoot these little orbs.
target.
Excuse me. And they combine into a little vortex. Used to be you would just shoot the orbs constantly, and it was boring. But now, the majority of the damage comes from pushing R3 to make the orbs explode. So it's like more balanced and engaging. You actually have to explode the damn things. Yeah! I love getting endo. Cool. So these are excavation missions. We are digging up loot from the ground. Also, I'm very pleased with my new color scheme for Frost.
Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. The scanner has picked up a target. Going to the dig site.
Yeah. And they buff the status chance of the weapon too, so you can actually use it as a support weapon. Very nice. Yeah, it feels more like a rocket launcher now. It uses rocket launcher ammo, so... And we're good.
Excavation complete. Look what we found.
So the meta way to do these missions is to do the first two and then leave.
Be on guard for the ancients.
But I like to do 4 because I might get a relic.
Ready to go. Keep it powered and protect it from enemy fire.
Hi, Dalen. Dalen, however you pronounce that. I have some plat. I don't know what difference that really makes. Dalen? Okay. I don't do a whole lot of trading. I pretty much have everything I need at this point. So all my platinum really goes toward is buying extra weapon slots if I need them. Hey.
Hard work has just been rewarded.
Mastery rank 11, that's pretty good. Probably have a decent handle on the game at that point. I think at that time I was doing Oricon Derelict survival missions for 40 minutes.
Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
Die. Good lord. I'm not doing Ice Wave. I haven't played Frost in a while. Ice Wave's so good. Especially when they're only coming from one direction. I think they buffed the range of the orbs. Maybe my energy color is darker than it used to be. Well, that's it for me.
Has just been rewarded.
So mission rewards come in 4 rotations. A, B, C. So the first 2 rotations have the same pool. Then there's a second rotation, which you get, or a second pool, which you get on the 3rd rotation. And then the 4th rotation has the good stuff, like Warframe parts and good mods and relics, which are used to get Warframe parts and weapon parts and stuff. Then we got a relic. So for survival, you want to stay for 20 minutes to get that C rotation. For defense, 20 waves. Excavation, 4 excavators. Successful excavators, I should add. interception 4 waves. Or 4 rounds of interception. Pretty cool. Man, that's a swag looking Frost. Look at that. Black and white. Very underrated. Okay, who now? I was going to play with Necros a minute ago, and then I didn't. So let's play with Necros now. I've got him in his Easter Bunny outfit. Let me see. I've done an interception, I've done an excavation, I've done a defense, I've done an exterminate. Huh. Loot bunny. Yep. ODD. Yeah, the ears are the best part.
You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
I'm not really giving out gifts right now, Dallin. Sorry. Okay. So, basically, Necros is what it sounds like. He's the deaf guy. And Desecrate lets me spend energy to loot corpses a second time. It just passively does it over a certain radius. There's a mod that you can get that causes it to cost HP instead. Which is, sounds bad until you realize that when you eat corpses with Desecrate, they have a really high chance of dropping a health orb, as you can see. So by having it cost HP, you're constantly refilling your health. So it makes it so that it doesn't, you're not wasting energy. Instead, you're just wasting health, but you get all of it back anyway. There's another mod that you can get. Each time you pick up a health orb, you get a bunch of bonus armor, which is the little orange trapezoids that are following me around is what that is. So with those two mods together, Necros becomes one of the most durable Warframes, and you get extra loot. It's fucking awesome. Like, you get to be a mega tank, and you get free loot. What's not to like? Ooh, also, you summon friends. Because what necromancer is complete without summoning the dead souls of his enemies? These little tethers are from another mod that I have that causes them to give me a bit of damage resistance. So I get extra armor, which reduces damage, and then I get damage resistance from having more summons out.
Or the Tenno.
They draw fire away from me too. Pretty cool setup. Necros is cool. The mods that he uses are mods that I would normally not use on any other Warframe. I guess I should talk about mods. I think most of the people watching don't really know much about this game. So also,
We fought with honor.
when you're tethered like this, you resist knockdowns, which is very convenient. I'm disappointed my bunny ears don't glow when I have a disruptor as my friend. Or maybe I'm happy that my bunny ears don't glow so that you always know I have bunny ears. Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about that now. This weapon stance is funny.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
It's the backflip that gets me. Meet you, buddy. Okay. There's a bladed whip that a lot of people use with Necros because it has really long reach, and you want to use slashing weapons with him. Slashing weapons have a chance to dismember enemies that you kill, and for some reason, when Necros desecrates a corpse, dismembered bodies count as 2. So you get even more drops. Bunny. I think it's shade that's making my hat go all weird. My sentinel. Well, behind the rabbit. It is the rabbit. I am Master Rank 20. I just ranked up yesterday. It sucked. the test for that rank is lame. Although the one for 19 was way worse. Where'd you go?
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Ooh. Playing with guns with Necros is interesting. Oh, can't tell which ones are the bad guys. When I'm meleeing, at least I can sort of use the red dots on my mini-map. I used Terrify and the enemies ran away. There's another augment that I don't, or another mod that you can use that I don't have, that I don't really care to get. That when you use Terrify, enemies are slowed when they run away. So they run away from you, but they're slow, so you can shoot them in the butt. Not a lot of forward momentum on this stance. Might use a different weapon on him from now on, actually. I like this weapon, stat-wise. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the movements of it, though. A lot of standing still, not a lot of moving. I like the ones that move, you know? Nice, that's a lot of platinum. Where are the enemies? Did somebody get stuck? I think somebody fell through the floor. Or it counted my shadows as an enemy. Which is silly, but happens. Yeah, I like Reaper Prime. I recently obtained mine when Frost and Ember came out of the vault briefly. Pretty cool weapon. Very decent stats. Just not... I don't think I'm a huge fan of the stance. Like I said, I like things that have more movement built into them. Like Crushing Ruin for hammers, or Tempo Royale for heavy blades. A lot of moves with gap closing built in. I like those, so I can sort of go in and out. You just said you had plat. Why do you have multiple accounts? Are they on different platforms? One on PC, one on PS4, or something? Well, I already have Tigris Prime, so I don't really have need for another set. And I don't play the market too much, so I wouldn't really buy it to resell it. Yeah, I don't doubt that the PC is better. It's got a lot more. It doesn't have to dumb the physics down and stuff, and the graphics are better. The thing is that I don't have a PC that can play it, so I play it on PS4. If I had a PC that could play it, I would play it, and I would just use my PS4 controller for it. And it would be nice to get the updates, like, immediately, instead of having to wait a couple of weeks. Mods you equip to Warframes and weapons, and they're supposed to, like the original design idea is that they change the way that you play with the weapon or the Warframe, but what actually happens is that some of them are just required. Like, they just boost your stats, like more HP, more armor. On weapons you get more base damage, or you can add elemental damage, stuff like that. Although lately they've been releasing some mods that actually change the way you play with some weapons. But yeah, basically they're these little cards, and each weapon or Warframe has a certain amount of capacity that you can use, and each mod takes a certain amount of capacity. Some of them take more, some of them take less, and then you can level the mods up, and as you level them up they become more potent, but they take more capacity. You can get more capacity by leveling up the Warframe or the weapon. And there are also consumable items called Orokin Reactors and Orokin Catalyst. Reactors are for Warframes, Catalysts are for weapons, that double the mod capacity. But they're kind of rare, so you either pay platinum for them, which I don't recommend, or you just wait for them to show up in an alert, which is a temporary mission. It's a limited time mission. So you do alerts, and they give you special rewards, and some of the rewards are reactors, catalysts, and so forth. You can also get some as a reward for some of the quests. Yeah, Dahlon's right. Blue potatoes and gold potatoes. Idaho gold potatoes. They're potato shaped. Just the joke there. Warframes and weapons do have some mods that you can use, and the mods will increase your mod capacity, which is interesting. Alright, Chuck. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. I think I fucked myself now. Summoned more shadows. I think the shadows are counting as enemies again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for them to die. They slowly lose HP over time. Yep. What a stupid bug. I think maybe it has to do with the brood mothers, because they summon little tiny enemies. Yeah, see, I got drops out of them. See, some of these little guys. So, I think melee is one of the better play styles in the game, just because of the way the mods work. So if you're looking to get into this game, definitely try to get a good melee Warframe, at least one, and some good melee mods, and a good melee weapon. And there are some good melee weapons available early on. As far as guns go, most of the guns are what you refer to as mastery fodder. When you level an item or a weapon or a Warframe up, you get mastery, which goes towards your mastery rank. And when you get them to level 30, you have all of the mastery that you can get from that weapon or Warframe. And then if you don't intend on keeping it, you can just sell it at that point. You sell it. You sell in quotation marks. You're not selling it to another player. You're selling it to the game. Once you've leveled it up, you can't sell it. You can't trade it to another player. But you basically just get a useless amount of credits for it. But you should only do that once you get them to level 30, because otherwise you'll have to make the thing again, which I had to do once or twice once I learned the game. But most of the weapons are mastery fodder. The good news is all of the Warframes are good. It's just that some of the Warframes have Prime versions, which are just statistically superior. And they also look cooler, which the rule of cool is definitely the whole point of this fucking game. So those ones you probably don't want to put reactors into. But the ones that don't have Prime versions, or if you can't get the Prime version, like Excalibur, they're worth putting a reactor in my opinion. That's why Excalibur, I mean, he's also my favorite, but I don't feel bad about him being my best Warframe, because you literally can't get Excalibur Prime. Whereas for the rest of them, I'm really reluctant to invest in them if I think there's a Prime version coming out relatively soon, or there's already one available. Like I don't have a Rhino because I'm waiting for Rhino Prime to show up again. It's really annoying that my shadows are counting as enemies. If you start, there are 3 starting Warframes that you can choose from. I find Excalibur to be the best one. Simply because the other 2 options, Mag and Volt, well, good Warframes, there are Prime versions of them, and they're not as easy to learn the game with because they're much more squishy. And in Mag's case, she actually requires some decent mods, and Volt to a lesser extent, whereas Excalibur doesn't need anything. All Excalibur needs is a decent melee weapon. A sword, typically, because he has the most of those 3. He has the most armor, which means he lives longer. And early on in the game, my doggy is snoring. It's adorable. Your energy economy isn't very good early on, and so you end up using abilities sparingly instead of just spamming them a bunch. And Mag, in particular, kind of relies on good energy efficiency to be any good at all. Otherwise, you're just squishy for no reason, really. So I definitely recommend starting with Excalibur and then picking up other Warframes as you go along. Both because you can't get his Prime, and because he's, like, actually the solid pick among the starting Warframes. Used to be Loki was a starter Warframe, which I think they should have kept, because Loki is fucking amazeballs. You go invisible. It's awesome. You don't need a whole lot of mods for that to work. You're just invisible. But I can also see why they didn't, because they wanted him to be something that you work toward. And he does kind of trivialize a lot of the content.
Reinforcements available.
So dumb. What a shitty glitch. Alright, I'm probably going to take off too. So, thanks to everybody who hung out this evening. I hope I can have the energy to stream more in the future. We'll see about that. See y'all next time.